Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video on my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over 3 college basketball games for Monday, February 8th, 2021. I'll show you both sides of each game, and it'll be up to you to determine who you think is going to win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for whatever reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in these games, you'll have to join my Patreon where my picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the description of this video. I wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today. Let's get into the games. We're going to be looking at Ohio State and Maryland, Oklahoma State, Kansas, Gonzaga, and BYU. Alright, so first up, Ohio State and Maryland. I have my daily numbers, Gregorian date numerology, Hebrew date numerology. This side is what I call my game numbers. Away team on top, head-to-head in the middle, home team at the bottom. First thing that stuck out to me was this is their 16th head-to-head game between these two, and with the win, Ohio State can get their 16th win for the season. It's their 14th conference game for this season, and Ohio State coach would get his 196th win. 196 has a square root of 14, so 14 times 14 sums to 196. Today is February 8th, written 2/8, 8/2, however you want to do it, 2882. Ohio State coach can also get his 28th, or excuse me, his 82nd win as a coach for Ohio State. Today does have 31 date numerology on the Gregorian. 31 sums to 109. Maryland coach would get his 109th loss as a coach for Maryland. On the flip side, today does have 15 date numerology. 15 sums to 124. Ohio State can sit on 15 wins for the season with a loss as their coach gets their 124th loss. It's the 39th day of the Gregorian year. Ohio State coach would get his 39th loss as a coach for Ohio State. Today also has 31 date numerology, the 11th prime number. Maryland would get their 11th win for the season, and Ohio State would become 9-5 for a conference record. 95 sums to 51, and today also has 51 date numerology on the Gregorian. It also has 58 date numerology, and Maryland can become 5-8, like 58 for a conference record. So kind of a tough choice, I think. 16, 16, 14, square root of 14. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. And at the same time, this 15, 124, 39, 11. That's kind of straightforward too. Pretty straightforward. So you have to decide which one makes the most sense. You know, Maryland could sit on 7 head-to-head losses against Ohio State with the win. Ohio State, the current 7 seed. Or that 14 can just play out for Ohio State, becomes 10-4 for a conference record. 14 sums to 104. Oklahoma State versus Kansas. Today does have 118 date numerology on the Hebrew religious. This is Oklahoma State's coach's 118th game. Oklahoma State can become 5-6 for a conference record with the loss. Spelt out 56 sums to 118. Oklahoma State beat Kansas last time, so Kansas could even it out 1-1 head-to-head against Oklahoma State. this being Oklahoma State's 11th conference game. The number 11 sums to 63, and Oklahoma State coach would sit on 63 wins. Today has 51 date numerology on the Gregorian. 51 sums to 116. Kansas coach would sit on 116 losses as a coach for Kansas. On the flip side, though, Kansas 12th conference game, they can just sit on 12 wins for the season with a loss. It's their 21st game, and 21 is the 8th Fibonacci, and they can just get their 8th loss. 21, 8. The number 21 also sums to 102. And Kansas would sit on 102 head-to-head wins against Oklahoma State with a loss. Today does have 15 date numerology on the Gregorian. 15 sums to 65. And Oklahoma State would become 6-5 for a conference record with a win. So you have those two sides there that you can kind of play with. Anything else? I know 151 is the 36th prime number. Alright, let's not take too much time here. And then lastly, Gonzaga versus BYU. Gonzaga, they're just winning. They could become 19-0 or 18-1. 15 date numerology with the loss. BYU would sit on 15 wins. 39th day on the Gregorian. BYU coach would sit on 39 wins as a coach for BYU. 51 date numerology. 51 sums to 116. BYU coach would sit on 116 wins with the loss. 51 also sums to 100. Gonzaga would be 10-0 for the conference, like 100. 15 sums to 124. Gonzaga coach would sit on 124 losses with the win. It's the 19th game. They can get their 19th head-to-head win against BYU, and they would become 19-0 for this season. 190 is the 19th triangular. Although today is the 143rd day on the Hebrew Civil. 18 sums to 143. And it could come to an end. I mean, they could get their first loss and just sit on 18 wins with the loss today. "19 is the 8th prime number, and they can just as easily get their 8th head-to-head loss against BYU instead of picking up their 19th win head-to-head. And then you can just put the 18 here as well. You know, Gonzaga, the current 1 seed. It all could just come down to the number 1. BYU evens the score 1-1 head-to-head against Gonzaga, as Gonzaga gets their first loss, first conference loss. This is the 9th conference game for BYU, and Gonzaga would sit on 9 conference wins with the loss. So you're going to have to decide, is it the 19, the 100, the 39, the 116, or is it the 18, the 19 being the 8th prime, BYU get their 8th. Even the score 1-1 against the 1 seed as they get their first loss, like 1. Alright, best of luck to you guys. Thanks.